Testing, 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 testing. All right, I think we're good. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me send it out to a couple people, and then we finna get started. 1 second. Put that right there. Think, think we good. Um, mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm, mm. All right, let's get started. Let's get started. Let's get started. Let's get started. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Keith back with another stock market video. Today we got our stock market weekly analysis. Um, yeah, for the week of November 10th through the 14th. Today is November 9th, 2025, and we're finna do our weekly analysis for November 10th through the 14th, 2025. Um, first thing first, I want to first let y'all know, hey, I don't know if y'all can tell the difference or not right now, but I do have my headphones in, so hopefully that helped the audio a little bit more. I used my headphones for my previous live stream where I was doing reactions to videos and stuff. Um, just trying to improve the quality of the videos, trying to improve overall content. So hopefully it also sounds pretty decent for the analysis video we're doing. Um, of course, I'm doing this live, so I'm not gonna hear it back until after I end the stream and go rewatch it myself. But hopefully the audio is okay. If people are in the chat, if y'all can let me know if the audio is good or if it cut out anytime or any point during the stream. Um, other than that, we're gonna be jumping into this week, see what it's going to be looking like. I'm expecting a lot this week. Not like a lot of news, but I am expecting to have another good week in the market, man. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. First thing first, y'all know the first thing we like to go over is the economic calendar. Um, uh, for this week, y'all know that I only put my economic calendar on 3-star news, so that's why our screenshot for the calendar this week is short. So it's because it's only showing us the 3-star news. But for this week, the only 3-star news we have, Monday and Tuesday, we don't have anything. So the 10th and the 11th, nothing. Then here comes Wednesday when we get our first 3-star news, which is the 10-year note at 12. Um, I believe that means 12 a.m. Uh, or p.m. What you call it? 12 noon. I can, y'all know what I mean. But yeah, that's the only news we have on Wednesday. Thursday, November 13th, we have at 7:30 core CPI. Y'all know that's a nice market mover. CPI is always a good nice market mover. We got initial jobless claims also at 7:30. That's another one that moves the market pretty nicely, y'all. So be on the lookout for those two. Um, to really bring some volatility to the market. Then at 11 we have crude oil. Y'all know how I feel about crude oil. It's a hit and miss, honestly, when it comes to affecting the overall market. Sometimes it affects us, sometimes it don't. It only affect crude oil. So, and then right at 12 again, we have 30-year bond auction. Um, that's a nice market mover too. Not as much as CPI, but it's still a nice market mover. It still brings us some volume. Um, so really Thursday, basically through the whole day, we're kind of jam packed with some news. 7:30 before market open. Then we got 11 and 12. So it's not the whole day, but it stretches out. You know, it stretches out. But really, that's it that we have this week. Friday, of course, it's not showing as any 3-star news, so um, should be pretty smooth sailing Friday. Of course, y'all know Fridays when the market like to correct itself. So that's the only thing I kind of be worried about on Fridays. And if you trade options, y'all know them contracts expire on Fridays. All right. Now let's get into the earnings for this week. Earnings for this week. Earnings for this week. First thing first. Monday. We have. Let's see who look interesting for Monday. Monday. Maybe Instacart before the open. That's the only known name that I know. It might be some good names in here, but that's the only one that I know of. Yeah, that's about it for me. Monday, I really don't see nothing that I really care too much about. Tuesday, we got uh C, um, in the before the open. That might be a decent one to look at. Um, really don't see nothing crazy. Yeah, I really don't see nothing crazy for Tuesday either that I really care about. Wednesday, we just moving on forward. Wednesday, maybe Cisco. Dang, these earnings ain't really got no crazy big names, but it might be some sleepers in here, y'all. I might really just gotta have to go and look down. Oh, Oklo. I heard about Oklo. I forgot. Tuesday they got Oklo. I'm gonna check that chart out because I had watched a video about Oklo. Somebody recommended a video to me about it, so we might look at that. I just thought about that. But yeah, it's probably some sleepers in here, y'all. Stuff that most people won't even commonly know the brand and what they do. Um, so you probably kind of gotta just search through and find. But I'm just trying to point out the most known names and stuff. But let's don't jump into Thursday. We got Walt Disney. Um, we can check the Walt Disney sound like a decent one. Uh, Thursday. Not sure what PaySafe is. Mm, Applied Materials. I do like Applied. I know Applied Materials. So Walt Disney Applied Materials after the market. Um, that's about it. Then Friday. I heard about Spire, but I don't know how their chart is. Uh, Honestly, this week it's just some. Like I said, they're not the most known names, but it might be some sleepers, man. You have to dig and find. But if I had to do a quick rundown of the ones I'll be looking at this week, potentially is C on Tuesday before the open, Oklo after the open, Cisco on Wednesday, Thursday Walt Disney before the open, and Applied Materials after the open. And that's it. That's the only ones that jump out right away for me. All right, now, yeah, it's the moment we've been waiting for. Time to get into these charts, man. Time to get into these charts. First thing first, let's jump over to SPY. Okay, jumping over to SPY. Let's jump down to the monthly, or actually not jump down, but y'all know. Let's move over to the monthly real quick. Just because I kind of want to see what's going on overall, especially since we're still fairly new in the month. Um, Looking at this monthly, let's hide these drawings real quick. Looking at this monthly, um, what was the main thing that we wanted to see was what? Hey, previous month, October month, closed above this previous high, right? That stands for what? Continuation. All continuation needs is to come inside the wick of the high of the previous candle. It don't necessarily mean it has to take the high. But we do be expecting it to take the high. But it don't necessarily always mean that it has to take the high. I told y'all before, just that wick of this high, especially when it's big wicks or a decent sized wick, this can just act as a resistance. It can literally just come straight down. So um that might be what we're seeing right now because it opened up inside of this wick. So it might, and it's pushing down. So it might already saying, hey, we're just trying to go short. But it also could be coming right back up and coming and take the actual high of the previous candle. Um, as for me, if I'm looking at this monthly, I still be looking for us to take the high of this previous month candle until we come down into this fair value gap. Once we come inside here, then I'm knowing like, okay, yeah, it was meant to come down. Because it's entering a new different like structure or zone. I mean, it's entering to another zone. So once it actually comes down here below 652.84, then I'll be like, okay, nah, it's just straight short. But if we don't come down here to it, I'm still potentially looking for us to come back up to take these highs. So that's what that monthly telling me. Weekly. Drop down to that weekly we got. Higher high, low. It's a lower low. Higher high. We're looking to finally get our first higher low, man. That's what we're looking to do on this week. If we can somehow get a green candle, we need a green candle to come for this next week. We could potentially be making our new higher low. So if we can somehow flip green this week that we're coming into, starting tomorrow, November 10th, we can flip green. I definitely look for them highs to come get taken, y'all. I'm definitely looking for them highs to get taken. Definitely our stop loss will be the bottom of this low if this is the lowest point. And we might get that higher high. We get that higher high, I'm telling y'all. We actually gonna have uptrend structure. Just ride the loans, man. Just ride the loans after that. Cause we actually gonna have an uptrend structure then. But we very well can see we very good can see it just saying, hey, nah, we're not trying to fully get that uptrend structure. We're going to try to make another lower low. So it could just come straight down, make another lower low. It also could make a low, make that high. So do give us that green candle, but then come break, make a lower low, and switch us to a downtrend. So you got to be careful because the one thing I want to point out on this weekly, we're not bouncing off any fair value gaps or nothing. You see that? We don't have no fair value gaps or nothing that we're bouncing off of. So that do make it a little fishy. Even if we turn green, we're like, we don't really truly 100% know if it's gonna go straight up there because it can be making a red weekly candle right after and just dropping all the way down till we get to a fair value gap, which will be right here. So you gotta be on the lookout. Kind of be on the lookout. Don't get faked out with the loans. Now drop down to daily. This is where we do our analysis. This is where we do our markup. So let's mark it out. It's already pretty much marked out, but I'm gonna delete some of this stuff. That's one thing I'm gonna start doing, y'all. I'm not gonna completely erase our chart unless we just got way too much stuff for me to just straight delete. Just to save us a little time on the analysis and stuff. Alright. Now, looking at this daily chart, of course, let me hide the drawings real quick. Looking at this daily chart, of course, we had that lower low right here. But then we end up making our higher high, right? Made our higher high. But then when we was trying to set up to make a higher low, what ended up happening, man? We ended up coming down, making a lower low. Y'all see that? We ended up making low, high, lower low. So we just straight switched to a downtrend. And we end up breaking this low here. So we end up just making lower lows. We're still looking for that true market structure. Higher low. Because technically, yes, it made lower lows here. So it's just telling us, hey, we're in a downtrend for the short term. But the overall structure, this was that last lower low we had. So not until it breaks this, then it's not actually okay. Now the SPY daily chart is turning bearish. Right now, you can still consider this as your pullback until we finally break right here. Because this was the last swing low we had. We had high, higher low, higher high, lower low, higher high. So it don't matter what any of this doing until it breaks here. This is that solidified low right here. So with that being said, we do have a green candle, man. We have a green candle. This can potentially be where that reversal come where we actually pop to go make that higher high, and this would be that new higher low. Cause this to be that lower low. This would be that higher low if we can come on push up and come take these highs. Okay. So we could be seeing some explosiveness coming here in the near future, like these next couple days. The biggest key, the biggest key that we need to look for is we need us to break this previous lower high and close above. If we close above right here, it's gone. We should be coming to take this high. We should be exploding up pretty nice to 700s almost. Um, this the key right here. This right here, this high right here that we got on November 5th, we must go push past and close past it. We push past and close past it. Man, it might we might be on to the moon. Honestly, I do see this fair value gap. I mean, this regular gap here, so this might can stop it. So we might want to see actually push past this gap first, and then it should be gone. But this is the start of it, man. We made that a green counter. Green counter telling us market wants to go up, but it is a regular gap right here that could reject us and bring us right back down. So we got to see how it reacts once it's inside this regular gap. Okay, so tomorrow is key. Monday is a nice key date. We want to see how we react being inside this gap. Unless we gap down below on Monday morning and then we got to move our way up. But once we get inside this gap, that's how we want to see can we get above that gap. Start holding above it and going higher. So mark out let's mark out all our gaps real quick. Overall structure is bullish, so we technically supposed to still go with the Bulls, okay? Overall structure is Bulls, so we technically supposed to still go with the Bulls. Really look like let's see, really look like we got the same drawings as last week. Yeah, last week, where was last Monday? Last Monday was right here. Last week our target was these highs. We still haven't came and got the target. Our stop loss was this low. We still haven't got the stop loss. So we dang near basically got the same drawings as last week, except of course we start coming down. So we did add one new gap here, and that's about it. We just added one new gap. But what suck is that dang gap overlapping another gap. We hate that. Y'all know I hate overlapping fair value gaps, but it's completely fine, man. You gotta do whatever the market tells you. So we got gap on top of gaps. um, like I said, we want to see how we react when we come inside this gap. Now we also gotta see how we react coming in this gap. Um, honestly, that do makes it a little bit more difficult, a little bit more harder, just because now we got two gaps we must, get past. Um, let me see. So we got two gaps to get past, so we could see it. It could come inside this gap, attempt to come to the high, but it can reject there and try to push up. You see that? It can do that. It can just reject in general and just comes down. It's a lot of stuff in the way, man. So honestly, in this part right here, Monday, I say play your positions light, scout. Don't be trying to expect to hold your trade too long. Not until I'll say when we break this first gap. If we can close above it on a Monday, I do like the loans up to this gap, but it, it's still not strong because it got to clear this gap. You get what I'm saying? It still got to clear the gap. And that A plus trade ain't gonna happen until we clear this gap right here, which is 675, 65. Not until we clear that one, we ain't gonna actually be able to like say, okay, poof, we know the Bulls is completely in control. For now, because it's only gonna be in control until it get up to this gap, and then this is that last ultimate tester right here. If we can get past this gap right here, it's 682.12, then it's game over, lights out. we should be moving straight up to them highs, you know. And like I told y'all, I can see us potentially going to 700. See us going up to 700 right after that, after getting them highs. Okay. So this is that main trade we want. If we're bullish, it's that main trade we're looking for if we're bullish. Yeah, pretty much it for here. It's really not that much to add to it because it's pretty much the same setup we had last week. If you want to go short, you know for sure, we kind of to be short. We really want to just see a red candle. Really, soon we see our first red candle on for the shorts. We want a red candle inside, either inside this gap or of course below the gap will be beautiful because then we got break, possibly retest, drop. Um, so any close below 665.13, we like them shorts. Um, light shorts if we just get a red candle. Other than that, I'm like I said, I'm being bullish for now. I'm gonna be bullish because I want to see this gap here. I mean this higher, this lower low. I want to see it stay respected, man. Want to see it stay respected. I'm expecting this to be potentially a new higher low to break us all the way up. So be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. Yeah, that's pretty much it for SPY. If we go to the hourly, we want to follow the bull. So we want an uptrend on the on the 1 hour. Right now, it ain't make an uptrend, but it did make higher highs. Right here, as you see, we made a higher high, but it's not an uptrend yet because what we need, higher low. So we need some red to come in the mix and then go make another higher high. And then we're going to just sit behind the hourly uptrends. But this is a crazy push up, man. Like straight green, 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 green. So that was crazy push up right there. So honestly, we can't really mark nothing for the hourly until we get an actual structure, an actual uptrend. We break this high here though at 673.70. We break that high and close above that high. The next target high is all the way up here at 679. So that's a key spot. When we break this high and if we can close past it, that's a key spot. So I'm gonna mark that out. I'm gonna mark out that high. Hold up, I gotta put my magnet on. Mark out this high, and if we can close past that high, alert. I just want to alert it when it's crossing. It don't have to actually close out because I want to see it before before it actually close past. We close past that high. Like I said, the next target high, all we gonna have to do is just start building some base. Next to high target high is all the way up here. So we do got this fair value gap though, but I ain't. Of course, you gotta see it close inside of fair value gap. But we move into an uptrend, I'm really gonna be expecting us to try to come get that target high up there at 679.57. Okay. Now let's jump to QQQ. Let's go to the monthly first. Monthly QQQ. Pretty much same as SPY. Like I told y'all, it don't necessarily mean it gotta take the high. It just gotta at least come into this week of the high. Honestly, like I said, same thing with SPY. For me to be bearish for the monthly, we gotta come to test this fair value gap. Once I see us test this fair value, I'm like, okay, now we were supposed to go down. We already did it. We already reached the high we needed to get to because we ended up rejecting coming down to a fair value gap. But until we get to that fair value gap, I'm still looking at this as bullish. Not until we come get that fair value gap, man. Either we get the fair value gap, or if we can close red. We close red for the month, then yeah, okay. Well, now I know we come down to the fair value gap. But right now, we still can push it back up, man. We still can push back up. It still got a chance to push it back up. Looking at that weekly. Now, weekly for QQQ. Let me see. I don't know if it made the lower low. This low was 588.50. This low was 589. So yeah, QQQ haven't made a lower low yet. We got higher high, low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and potentially another higher low. It could lead us to that lower low, but because it is red candle, red means come down. But it could. If we get a green weekly, you can see us moving right back up. Okay, because technically it broke this weekly gap. If we get a green weekly, they can either be a retest to potentially drop, or it can be, hey, we push right back up to the upside. Okay, so this is real key. I know the drawing's gonna come back. This area right here, this weekly gap right here is key. If we stay below, retest, then drop. Retest and fail to go inside. We can see that drop all the way down to the lows of the weekly. Or if it push back inside, or if it push inside and close inside, might see some consolidation. If push above and close above, we get that retest, then go to the higher highs. Okay. Daily. Now this is where we do our analysis, our drawings daily. Let me remove this alert. Daily, daily, daily. On the daily, we got low. So daily we do got lower low. But on the on the weekly we don't. But on daily we got lower low. Well, let me see. This low. No, we don't. It's just real close to each other. So we got low, high, higher low, higher high. This potentially could be that new higher low if we can pop right here. We gotta bounce. Gotta come take this high. Kind of same thing we looking for SPY. Gotta come take this high right here. November 5th high. The high is 626.60. Once we take that high, we must see us close above. We cannot see no red candles come. Okay, we gotta close above, and once we do, okay, we know the bulls somewhat got that momentum. Okay, all right. For drawing wise, of course, all our gaps should be marked out daily for value gaps. Y'all know QQQ and NQ got way more gaps inside each other already. Like overlapping. Now for QQQ, we don't have that extra gap that we had to add like we did for SPY. So that's a good thing because we already got a whole bunch of overlapping gaps for QQQ. Okay. Our target level, of course, is the highs at 637.01. Our can't be level is this low right here, this higher low at 589.05. Okay. We got a break out of this daily gap. Might see break retest go, or we might just see it straight come up here and try to see how it reacts. If it can close inside, perfect. Then we know we're going to the other side. If it can close above, that's even better. We can get that retest to come up to this last gap. And then once we get to this gap, if we can break out, retest, and we also got to take these highs too. So, really, if we can just come take these highs and close above these highs, we might be gone. Okay, we might be gone. We only got one gap that's left in the way. QQQ, honestly, to push through gaps, this is better. SPY had more overlapping gaps to get through. QQQ, honestly, it can range pretty smooth. Like it can go up pretty smooth. You know, it can come up pretty smooth than SPY to get to these highs. So I do like QQQ at the beginning. First, I like it better than SPY. But once it takes these highs, I think I like SPY better. So let me go to the SPY chart so I can show y'all. Once we take this high, SPY don't have. Of course we got this gap here. You know, the top of the gap to clear and retest and go. But it ain't we already gonna be inside the gap. Where on QQQ, we take the high. We got to get inside this gap. Yeah, it's a small gap, but it's still we got to get inside. We got to actually get into this gap. Where in SPY we can already be in the gap. We just gonna go to the top of the gap. Never yet. So, so QQ, I like QQQ better at the beginning just because it's just smoother to go higher. But then once we get to that last level, I like SPY better. Okay. For them loans. And like we said, we got green counter. Green counter mean go up, go up. But if we reject here and we end up getting a red counter, them shorts definitely come in. We make them that lower low. If we close below that low, we probably finna come and take out this low here. We do got 2 gaps in the way to protect it though, so we gotta see how it reacts. Okay. Let's jump down to the alley real quick. See what the alley looking like. Okay, now QQQ alley, we do got a red counter to sit behind and hide. So we want to see if we can ride the wave behind this red counter on QQQ. Let's see what we got for right now. No, we don't. I mean, it might be some far left, but right here we don't have a fair value gap. I would like to see a fair value gap here, just because in the event that we do turn red and we get like a market structure shift up here, we know it's gonna come down to either nearest gap or nearest low. Well, if it ain't no gap in the way, it's gonna come to the nearest low. Okay, but it's fine if it don't. QQQ, of course, same thing. Spot. We want to see when they come take this high here. That's key. Okay, once it take that high there, it's key to see what we do. If we're gonna break, hold above, then we can start seeing that uptrend forming, or is we going to reject and come down. Okay, jump over to ES. ES. Jump over that monthly. Jump over that monthly on ES. Hide the drawings. Alright, ES. Pretty much look the same as SPY. For that monthly. Like I told y'all, yes we did. We are red currently, but it's the candle not finished. We closed past previous month high. So that means what? Continuation. We expected to what, retest these highs up here. But this is a nice size wick. So it could reject just inside the wick. But we don't fully say shorts until what? It either come into another fair value gap, which is all the way down here, or we see market structure shift, then we say yeah, it's downtrend. Okay. If we're monthly close red, then yeah, we do expect it to come down here to this fair value gap, because we're like, okay, it reached the ceiling already. But right now, this monthly is still active. Weekly, we got lower low, higher high. We looking for this to be that potential new higher low, man. We need a green week. We need a green week, and then we need to what? Take these highs. A green week don't just necessarily do it. A green week just tells us, hey, market is making some type of high, but it can be a lower high. It can be green and leave a fair value gap, reject, drop. It can make a lower low. But we need to see, hey, first thing I want to see is no fair value gap get left. That'll be beautiful. If we can push straight up and come clear this right here, what's this low? 683.43, 50. If we can come straight up and clear that, that'll be beautiful, because I don't want to see no gap left behind if I want to start moving straight up. I don't want nothing in the way to reject us to come bring us back down. So that'll be beautiful. This week we can push up to there. That'll be beautiful. Yeah. If we push up there, turn green, definitely like them long style loss to be the low of this weekly right here, because we're expecting this to be that. We're expecting this to be the only thing I'll say. It did not bounce off a fair value gap. That's the thing. Like I said with SPY, it's not bouncing off a fair value gap, so it make it a little scary. Just because, yes, it could lead us to them higher highs, but if it just one red candle come, it can just come straight back down, all the way down like that, and come down to this fair value gap right here, which will still keep this intact. If it comes to this fair value gap, it still keeps this low respected. So, but we just all gotta see. Me personally, I am expecting this week to be green, honestly. But I ain't gonna be mad if it be red and come tap into this gap, as long as it don't close in that gap or close below. Daily. Daily. This is where we do our markups. This is where we do our analysis. Daily. We got lower low, higher high. It's potentially be a new higher low, man. It's potentially be a new higher low. We do got a green count. Green count telling us to go up. Are we in a gap? Let's see. Are we in a gap? No, we're not in no gaps right now. So that's good. We're not sitting in no gap. I can't expect us to just not necessarily say push straight up. Oh, see, look, that's nothing. I gotta always remember that with ES. Yes, this candle was green, but this candle not done. This just because we just opened up today. But we're not in no gap. So if we do get the green candle break outside here now, that's what it is. So if we get the green candle break, possible retest, then go higher, or it can just be green candle break and go straight up to this gap. Now, once we get up to the gap, that's the question. What are we gonna do? You know, is we gonna reject, come back down? Is we gonna close inside, consolidate? We're gonna close above, retest, and go higher. But that's the key thing we're looking for. Is once we get up here, what's gonna happen? That's the biggest thing we're looking for. Like I said, if we can get a green count for this Monday, that'll be good. This will be the start of potentially moving higher. And possibly Tuesday will give us a retest and we go higher. Or we can just keep going green. You know, it could be Monday green, Tuesday green, Wednesday might hit us with the red to do the retest. You never know. But what we gonna do is we're gonna just follow the uptrend on that 1 hour. That's how we gonna play this. So once we get our first green candle for the hour for the month for Monday, we just gonna follow the uptrend. So drop down to that hourly. We just gonna follow this uptrend, man. And until that uptrend breaks, that's when we gonna sit on our hands because we're gonna be expecting what the retest of this gap. Soon the hourly, whenever the hourly uptrend break, we expect the retest of this gap. Okay. Soon we see the first break of the uptrend, sit on your hands. Don't trade no more loans. Don't do nothing. Just sit there. So if we sit there and see, we got a high, low. Hold up. Got our low, high, low, high. Soon we see it make a lower low, sit on our hands, bro. Sit on your hands until either A, we come make another high, and then we make a low, and then we flip green. We finna look like we finna make another high. Then you can get in, or until they come actually retest here, and we get market share shift, then go long. So soon you see your first lower low on that hourly, leave it alone. If you're being bullish, leave it alone. I don't care if we make a lower low and then we get a green counter right after. No, you gotta see market share shift back to the other side. Okay, trying to tell you. So that's all we're gonna do. We just literally gonna follow on ES. It's gonna be easy trading for Monday and Tuesday, at least until we get up to this high. Shouldn't be some easy. Should be. I ain't gonna say easy trading, but easy plan. We just literally found the uptrend until we get up to this high. Okay. QQQ or NQ. I said QQQ. Should be the same thing. Let's jump to that daily. We ain't gonna do the monthly and stuff. Just gonna jump straight to the daily. Daily, did we add any new gaps last week? No, it's a gap here. I don't know if this is a new gap. I think it is a new gap. Yeah, that's a new gap. Cause Monday, yeah, that's a new gap. I didn't go to ES. We probably do got a new gap on ES. Let me go check ES. No, we don't got it on ES. QQQ. Make sure QQ game. QQQ had it. Okay, QQQ had it. And I didn't mark it out. So QQQ got the gap. Here it is. The gaps on QQQ. Sorry about that, y'all. I just noticed it up there at the top. Alright, go back to NQ. Of course, we closed red. Closed red, but outside of the gap, look like. So we need our first green counter for the beta break. Potential, then we get our potential retest, then go higher. Since this green counter already halfway up there, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I don't think we're gonna get the retest. I think we might close green Monday, and then we just gonna stay closing green until we get to this high. I don't think we're gonna get the retest, to be honest, because it's like it's gapped up there. Unless somehow, I mean, because like I said, this kind of not done. Monday could very well just come down, turn red. Then I probably can see it turning green Tuesday, then retest and go higher. But right now, it looks like we just gonna have straight green counts till we get to that next zone. But what we gonna do? What we said we gonna do? We just gonna sit behind what? These solidified levels, hourly higher lows. Soon we see a lower low, we getting out and sitting on our hand. Okay? Should be easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Yeah, and this potentially might be trying to make a fair value gap, which will be even beautiful. That would look like it's potentially trying to do, leave a fair value gap behind. All right, I think that's it. Oh, let's go to gold. Let's go to gold. Gold. I ain't been touching gold in so long, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. I mean, I did trade gold last week. Yeah, I did trade gold last week, but I'm talking about seriously trade gold. I ain't trade gold in a little bit. Monthly, what gold did? It broke this previous month high, so it should be continuation. But it's a huge week, and literally, we don't know where this mug might just reverse and drop. But we're not saying true shorts until what it either come inside this fair value gap, like we said for everything else, or we get market structure shift to go down. Okay. But right now we still staying bullish until we do one or two, either come into this gap or market structure shift tells us to drop. Weekly. Oh my goodness, I just seen it. We got our first weekly green. I wish I seen it. Well, I don't trade on Sundays. But dang, it would have been nice to get gold long at the open. Once we got that first green, stop loss at this low. Really our target, we don't got no. Oh, well, it's the weekly. My bad. Copper said we ain't got no dang gaps. We would go straight to the highs. My bad. I thought it was the monthly, man. My bad, y'all. I mean the daily. But we do got green week, so we potentially try to make a higher low. Potentially, if we get a red weekly, then we might be switch to that, make that lower low. We coming to take this out. Come inside this weekly fair value gap right here, for sure. Actually, did it already? I think it already tapped into the week. That ain't even. Wait, is that even a fair value gap? Let's see. It's super close. I don't. Nah, it ain't a fair value gap. Nah, it ain't even a fair value gap. Okay, not on the weekly at least. So honestly, it ain't bounce off no weekly gaps or nothing. We first weekly gap all the way down here. So if it flip red and take that low out, we might be dropping all the way down here. Okay, at what's that level? Let me see the level. So y'all know 370. 3785.5. All right, daily. What do we see? They look like we're starting to do some market structure shift to the upside. Yeah, definitely. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, man. This gold looking like it might do something, man. Gold might have some good trades, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. Um, daily. Do we got any new levels? No, we don't got no new gaps or nothing from last week. Daily, we closed green on Friday. That telling us market want to go up. First targets is what? The highs. So that's the first target. So they already beat the target. So now it's can it close past this high? That's the biggest thing we're worrying about. Even if it just closed green, that's fine. But we don't want to see no red daily candle come until we either close past this high or yeah, we just got to close past this high for the continuation to the upside. So I like longs on this. I like long on gold this whole time right now. I don't even care if we come back down to the bottom of the gaps. I still like the longs. I think that's where you need to buy the longs. If we somehow come back to the bottom of the gap, get in the long, take it right back up. All right. I don't see us turning red. If we turn red, man, it's straight dumping. I don't see us turning red because I think we want to close past this high. I ain't talking about today. We don't necessarily, like I said, we don't have to close past the high on Monday. It can close green today, close green tomorrow, and Wednesday might be that day it closes above. You never know. But all I say is every time gold gets down to what's this level? 4038.6, look for a potential long. And when it comes down to 4034.2, look for a long. So every time we get to the bottom of these two overlapping gaps, look for a long. That's what I say. That's what I say. Jumping to that hourly, we're gonna follow the uptrend. So if it gives us red, we're gonna see how far down that pullback go, and that's gonna be where we set our stop loss. Can't be level, and we're gonna be aiming for keep aiming up for the highs. If it don't close red, then we just gonna have to wait. Honestly, we just gonna have to wait, man. And unless it start building structure above that white line, then we can get in. But we just gotta wait. So honestly, gold, I say leave it alone for right now. Wait until it give us some red candles, and then we get our first green, then hop in. All right, and preferably be down here. But I'm bullish on gold. I ain't even gonna lie. Bullish on gold. I'm bullish on gold. Cause I'm like I said, I'm looking for the weekly. It's probably gonna be a new higher low on the weekly. Daily, we make a higher high. We're gonna have to push up, then get what? A low, then make another higher high. So basically, we're trying to break this consolidation area. We're trying to see if we can break above, retest, then go higher. Okay. And I think, oh my bad, y'all. I probably been touching this mic this whole time on this dang headphone. It probably was getting on y'all nerves. But yeah, we're gonna end it right there. Cause honestly, this week, I'm probably only trading futures this week. To be honest, if I see some stocks I like, I'll definitely post it this week. But yeah, we're gonna end it right there. Gonna call it. Y'all have a good week, man. Be safe, trade smart, manage your risk, and of course, put God first, man. I have a good one. Your boy Keith is out. Peace.